These videos are brought to you by MSCCasino.com and the Macau Sporting Club. MSCCasino.com, check it out.
You are watching Sportsmatters TV.
Michael, here we are, another Premier League campaign about to get underway for yourself. Do you still enjoy the Premier League and what everything, the 16 weeks, everything that goes with it?
It's a bit long, but for the rest, to perform on the stages week after week, of course I like that, otherwise I wouldn't be competing.
Look, it's a difficult year that's just gone, but you come here playing well again. We saw good performances in the Worlds, good performances in the World Series. Do you feel different to this time last year?
Yeah, I think so, but I like what I do, and I think in patches my game is in a good place, and I think that's what you want to show. It's going to be a really long year again, and yeah, you have to move on, simple as that.
This challenge that you're in to get back to winning TV titles, is this something that you're not enjoying, but the battle is there for you to go and do it? And
if the joy's not there, it's not a good thing. There is always joy, especially when you like doing what you like the most, play on the big stages. I don't really mind. It's just it's my life as well, so I don't have to adapt myself. It's just something natural.
have you got the Masters from the weekend out of your system? Because it was a game that you threw away for your standards. Did I get that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Have you got that out of your system?
It never was in my system. You know what I mean? It just happens, and you have to try to deal with it as good as you can, and that's what I'm doing.
In that Dimitri game, you were throwing beautifully. So I'll argue that some of the best that we'd ever seen, apart from maybe 3 visits to the board. How frustrating was that?
There's errors I shouldn't make, schoolboy error, you know what I mean? It's, I put myself in an incredible, difficult position when it should be so much easier. But also, them moments you learn, you know what I mean? It's of course, it's not nice when you lose, but I know I was the better player. I had the fear, but you have to finish it off, simple as that.
Repeat of the World Final tomorrow. You and Luke go head to head again. Is this a battle that you're enjoying with Luke?
Of course you enjoy it, especially when you play against the best players in the world. It's always nice, and we're gonna face each other probably another 15 times this year. So it's not really special anymore, but of course it's always nice to play against the best players.
Thank you, Mark.
Michael, how would you assess last year's Premier League? Because I think you won 4 nights, was it? But nearly half the nights you went out in the opening round. It's a bit up and down.
Yeah, but I was already qualified now, yeah.
Does that just show how good you are? Because
I don't know, that's for other people to decide.
Well, you did lose a lot of matches, but like you said, it was still comfortable getting to the O2.
Everyone losing a lot of matches. That's what happens in this kind of Premier League, when in this format. You shouldn't worry too much about losing, because it's going to happen. No one's going to win them all, you know what I mean? Well, you can say whatever you want, but last year the guys in form, whoever was Luke Humphries, they won one more night than me. That's it.
Do you still feel like you're judged by that bar that you set, that is so high and judged differently to everybody else in the Premier League?
That was the past, to be fair. I don't really look to the past, you have to look to the future, and I think with this year coming up, I feel good, I feel comfortable, and there's so much at stake time after time, so I'm not really bothered about what happened.
I'm seeing in the green shirt now, it was gold at the Masters. Will we see this for the 16 weeks?
I can't promise anything.
Cheers, Michael. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you.
Michael, are you still, despite all your success, are you still learning as a darts player? Are you still
Everyone's learning every day. The day you don't learn anymore, then you got a problem.
And does that sort of spur you on, the likes of Luke Littler and Luke Humphries coming along, does that sort of spur you on to become an even better player?
I think to have other people, to have good competitors against you, will raise the bars anyway. I think it's good for the sport, good for darts in general, and I think for the interest of darts worldwide, I think it's something darts needed. I think darts needed Luke Littler to go to the next level, and I think everything falls in place. Darts is popular, a lot of people is watching it all over the world, and yeah, of course there's still a lot more to gain, but it takes time.
How much do you enjoy the battles with the likes of Luke and other players?
Yeah, but it's not, I like to battle against anyone. I don't battle against a player, I battle with on the derby for myself, whoever my opponent is, I don't really care. I want to play well, I want to entertain the crowd, and I want to do good for myself.
And just in terms of Belfast, you've obviously been here numerous times before. What's your thoughts on the Belfast crowd and the venue?
Nice. I always get a great bunch of respect here in Ireland, whether it's here or in Dublin, both of them. It's absolutely phenomenal. But I still have to show it on the derby. You know what I mean? It's always a lot of pressure, but that happens everywhere now these days. So that's no excuse. So you have to move on. You have to put time in yourself, and you have to move on.
Best luck. Thank you.
Michael, we speak of Ireland and it's close to your heart. Obviously, look, winning the Grand Prix many years ago. We need to get a major back to Ireland. Obviously, look, I know the PDC would if they could, but let's hope we do get a major back in Ireland, because look, the City West was great.
I hope the City West was incredible, nice, great fan base I got here in Ireland. So yeah, if it is me, I will put it back. But the City West is full with other people at the moment.
Yeah. We have to find a bit of it. Maybe the 3 Arena, 3 nights, 4 nights.
Anything, I don't care.
Definitely.
But to have a major back in Ireland, of course, I think it's good for the sport.
Definitely. And look, we mentioned Belfast and Dublin, 2 great cities. The fans love you, Michael, and I think, look, that you sell the majority of the tickets. Obviously, look, the fans mean a lot to you, and look, the Irish always show you love.
100%. I always got treated with a lot of respect here in Ireland, and I always try to give them something back, because it's not a one-way system, it's a two-way system. They give you appreciation, and I always try. I always try to give them something back, and yeah, maybe that's why I got a great fan base over here.
Definitely. And look, last one, Michael, look, your game's in a great place at the moment. We all know how good you are. Do you think you're very close to your A game? Because look, we know what you can do, and I think it could be close these couple of months ahead.
If you saw me play against Dimitri van den Berg, I think my game was in a really good place in most of the game. Of course, I made some mistakes in the end, but if you look to my scoring power, I think I can do some really good damage in this Premier League and the rest of the season.
Michael, thank you.
Luke Humphreys kind of said earlier about the sacrifices that darts players have to make behind the scenes. I'm sure you kind of echo that. There's so much that goes on.
Now the funny thing is they're only doing it for 1 year. I'm already doing it for 16 years.
I'm sure that's
so they better get used to it really quickly.
I'm sure from your angle, as you said, you've been around for so long. There's been so many sacrifices you've had to make.
16 times as much as them. And even worse for me, I have to travel everywhere. I live in Holland, so there's a lot of tournaments in the UK. They can drive there on the day, wherever. I always have to fly the day before. I have a lot more travel, but I don't really mind. You don't hear me moan. I got a great life, and I'm trying to expand even more my legacy.
Do you ever feel like that travel hinders you?
No, I don't mind traveling. It's also part of my life. And when you're doing it for over 20 years, it's become natural.
Thank you.
You're
welcome. Michael, can you describe the scene this morning when Luke Littler finally arrived 25 minutes late? You said there was a little bit of gentle teasing.
Who?
When Luke Littler arrived 25 minutes
45
late.
45 minutes late, you meant?
45. All right.
Yeah. They need to stop treating her as a baby. It's not a baby anymore. It's 18 years old now. No, it happens. He has to learn. You have to learn the hard way. It's a professional sport, so you have to be responsible for your actions as well. Simple as that. It's not if he turns up late for an interview, I don't really mind. But now seven other people was waiting for him, so that's not really nice, is it? But it is what it is.
Michael, you talk about your longevity there. Obviously, there's a lot of comparisons between Littler, Humphreys and Phil Taylor, Gary Anderson of old. Where would you rank their stage presence in comparison to what prime Phil Taylor was like?
You come on, guys. Of course, whatever they do is great. It's nice. You can't compare it with the Andersons, the Taylors, or me yet. Of course. In 10 years' time, we have a different conversation probably, but not now. Of course, whatever they do is phenomenal. I think good for the dart sports, good for darts in general.
So
I think it takes away the respect of the Phil Taylors and all the other guys. Do you know what I mean?
For yourself, you've obviously stood on a World Championship final against Taylor and against Littler. Did you have that same feeling in both of those finals? Obviously, you were in completely different parts of your career, but did you have that same feeling going up against the best in the sport for that particular year?
Nah, I didn't. No. Phil Taylor was a different era, different kind of animal.
Michael,
Hold on.
Doesn't make any difference to us, but does it feel any different playing Luke Littler at 18 years old tomorrow night to when you played him as a 17-year-old? And should it be any different?
I don't really care, to be fair. They never treated me different when I was 17 or 19, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They still want to beat you.
Yeah.
Wherever, I also don't care whoever I play. If it's a man, woman, transgender people, I don't care. I'm there to try to win a game. And whoever comes on my path, if it's Luke Littler, Nathan Espinol, Van Barneveld or Dirk van Duivenwood, I don't care. Yeah. You're there to win.
When we talk about Luke being fair game now, he's an adult as opposed to a 17 or 16, 17-year-old. Have you treated him any differently anywhere along the line?
But you think differently. Sometimes they ask me a question, do you speak to Luke Littler? I say, it's a little bit of a age gap, do you know what I mean? He talks a lot about FIFA and football. If I want to talk about what happens about Trump as the new president, for instance, he probably doesn't watch the news, you know what I mean? For me, that's different kind of stuff, but everyone is different, you know what I mean? Different kind of interest, different kind of, that's up to the people.